When I first moved to Idaho, I was very confused. I would be driving down the street and people would randomly wave at me. And at first I thought, oh, it must be a coincidence. I have a fairly common car. Maybe they think I'm somebody else. But then it started happening over and over again, which I found very strange. It gave the sensation of somebody's watching me, or very, like one of those movies where a new person moves to town and everybody's out to get them. However, I came to learn that a lot of people here just like to wave at each other. They just like to have that open, friendly attitude towards each other. And it's something I think a lot of people really love about this part of Idaho. And I myself now have found that I will wave at random strangers. I'll just be driving and I'll just give them a little hey, what's up, a little head nod. So that's probably the first thing people love about moving to Burley, Idaho. I think the second thing people really like about living in this area is all the outdoor activities there are. There's everything from hiking, water sports. You're just a drive away from skiing, so there's a lot of outdoor activities. A lot of people like to camp. I myself, I don't really like to ski or do any of the winter activities. I hate the cold, but I do love to do a lot of kayaking. I go on a lot of hikes every summer or spring, that time of the year. So I love it as well. I love to be outdoors, and this is a great area for it. You have all the mountains you want. You're just a drive away from anything. So yeah, it's a very popular thing here in Idaho. I think the third thing people really love about this area, and before I get to the point of this one, is I have to state that I grew up in Salt Lake City, where performing arts are highly valued and highly encouraged. We have probably one of the best, a lot of singers come from Utah, a lot of performing artists come from Utah. And when I moved here, and I've lived at several other parts of the country and traveled to other parts of the country, and it's not as prevalent as it is in Utah. And so when I moved to Idaho, I kind of expected the same attitude. But the performing arts here are something that people in this area highly value, and they want to teach their kids. There's several theaters and production places in the area. There's King's Fine Arts Center, there's Wilson Historic Theater, and there's lots of opportunities. If you have kids that like to sing and dance, there's lots of productions. I think they do like 2 or 3 shows every season, I guess. And so there's lots of opportunity to see different performing arts, and I think people really value that here, which I thought was really surprising. I know a lot of people love that. So this next one is not my favorite, but I know a lot of people love it, and that's the weather. Here in southern Idaho, you do get all 4 seasons. You get the hot summers, you get the nice falls, you get a beautiful spring, and you get the snow in the winter. I myself, I'll wear a coat and gloves until about the 4th of July. I do not like the cold. I do not like shoveling the snow. I don't like my car getting dirty with the salt and whatever they put on the roads to get your car all dirty. I don't like driving in the snow. So it's probably one of my least favorite things. However, I do love the snow on Christmas morning. So I know a lot of people do love the snow. They like to ski. There's a lot of different things you can do in the snow, although I don't know why you would want to. So you do get all 4 seasons. It's beautiful weather. In the fall, probably one of my favorite times. Just beautiful. You can go anywhere and just see a lot of beautiful sights and do a lot of fun things in the fall. And the last thing I think people really come to this area for, and people really love, is kind of the small town feel. It's not so podunk that you're out in the middle of the farmland and there's no people, but it does still have that small town feel. And it does have everything you need as well. There's everything you'd want to go shopping for is here. I mean, occasionally you do have to go to Twin Falls to go to Costco, which, is fine. It's only like 20, 30 minutes away, but I think people really like to know their neighbors and have that kind of community feel here. And I think people really do love that. All right, comment down below what your favorite things about living in this area if you're from here, or what you, if you have a comment it.